What's up, besties? We're back with another video. It's been a minute, but I am about to build a couple of apps, so I just wanted to go ahead and get started. So, I have this app here, this idea that I had to build an app for helping people to understand how to eat, supplement, and take herbs based on their blood work or their blood type or any goals that they might have in mind. Why did this come about? Well, I recently got my blood work done and I wanted to create a nutritional plan that would help me with my goals of achieving more vitamin B12, receiving more vitamin D, increasing my iron counts, which were extremely low, etc. I can go on and on about all the things that I want to improve. However, instead of me just talking about it, I wanted to create an app that could help people on their own healing journey as well. I am a clinical nutritionist, so a lot of these things that I'm speaking about are based on my research and based on my own clinical observations and trials, etc. So, in terms of qualifications, I think that this fits perfectly into what I'm currently doing in my career and in my profession. And combining it with technology is just inevitable. So, because I have experience in both worlds, I want to bring them together and help people achieve optimal health by using technology and using the facts, aka their blood work or how they're currently feeling for those people who don't feel comfortable or don't even have their results. So, we're going to go ahead and generate this app. The first thing that I did was I had my chat basically come up with everything that I want to incorporate into this app. Because I have already built a similar app like this before, this was quite easy for me to come up with. However, I wanted it to outline not only the branding and the visuals, but the core user flows. So, what is the onboarding process going to be like? If they want to input their labs, they can. This will extract key markers like vitamin D, ferritin, B12, glucose, lipids, thyroid, iron panel, magnesium, etc. All things that I just recently tested for and was able to create a full supplemental plan. The outputs will include whether or not their results were low, optimal, high, and this is going to be based on the metrics that we use in the United States. So if we need to change that, I will incorporate that here. But again, we want to keep that in mind and take that with a grain of salt. If we don't have labs, we can go goal based. So I made sure that people had the option of whether or not they wanted to upload their labs, meaning they can also choose to just select goals such as more energy, better sleep, mental clarity, hormone balance, etc., fatigue, brain fog, all of these things. They can go ahead and select, and then we will have an output that's generating a healing protocol. So, this is a supplemental plan. This is everything that I do in my lab work and in my clinical practice. I provide a supplemental plan with exact doses and timing and interactions. I provide an herbal medicine plan. I provide a food as medicine plan, and I also provide lifestyle and movement plan because all of these are so crucial to improving our health. And then in addition to this, what I want the app to do is provide a daily timing overview. So based on all the results, what we can do is determine when to take these supplements. So, for example, you want to take B12 and iron in the morning because B12 specifically will probably keep you up all night if you take it midday or at night. And then iron, you want to go ahead and take that first thing in the morning because it needs to begin absorbing and doing its work. If you take it too close to any other herbs, it may throw off the reactions that are necessary for the iron to stay in your blood, which is why it's important to notate that this is something that you take in the morning. And then your focus herbs, so your ashwagandha, your maca root, your lion's mane, you want to take all these in the morning because they have a long lasting effect throughout the day. And if you take it too close to bedtime, you may not want to go to sleep. And then DK is great midday because that's when we absorb the most sunlight. And then at night, we have magnesium and a calming herbal blend like lemon balm and chamomile So magnesium as well is also really great to take at night because it helps you go to sleep. So you don't want to take those too early in the day. And then I have it showing a daily schedule screen, progress tracker, and retest reminders only if labs are updated. So the whole point of this is so that we can visually see the progress that we're making over time and we can track our daily meals, our daily supplementation. I don't want this to feel like macros tracking because I know how overwhelming that can be just based on my classes that I've done in terms of food relationship coaching. I realize that a lot of people basically get overwhelmed and anxiety when they're going to track their macros. So I don't want this to feel like that at all. I want this to feel fun. I want this to feel like you're taking control of your health because that's exactly what we're doing here. And we're using natural remedies to do so through supplements, um, through herbs, and through food. I also want to provide a resource library. I think this would be really great for people to understand why the supplements are needed, why certain herbs are needed, and how certain foods will affect their levels and change their biochemical makeup. And then I have some extra features. My priorities for the V1 is to onboard labs, biometrics, etc. And then after V1, I want to build the resource library, but I think I'll probably just go ahead and do all that at once to save some time. And then my integration is, and my vision for the future is to incorporate this into a larger app that I'm building, and we'll be doing that soon. Okay, so now I had it create the prompt for me. So now I can go ahead and just copy and paste this into Lovable, which is so amazing. So let's see what it comes up with on the first go around. All right, so we have our first draft. I like this. So you can either upload your lab results or build my plan without labs. I'm gonna try both, so let's click on it and see what it does. All right, so you select your age, 160 centimeters. I'll probably change these to inches and pounds just to make it a little bit easier, or just have a metric toggle there. I'm pretty active. My stress levels, I would say, are about I'm not that stressed at all, actually. So I'd say like a 3. My sleep quality, as of lately, about a 6. My diet type, I am plant-based. Menstrual cycle status, regular. Current supplement and herbs, none at the moment. All right, and let's continue. What are your goals? Energy, mental clarity, better sleep, hormone balance, and gut health. My current symptoms: brain fog, a little bit of fatigue, low mood, no acne, no bloating, irregular cycles, poor digestion. All right, so let's generate our protocol. All right, so here is my healing protocol. So vitamin D3 at morning with food, magnesium in the evenings, B complex in the mornings, omega 3s to reduce inflammation with my largest meal. So this is really good so far, I will say. Herbs, wow. Okay. And these are all things that I would recommend to my clients as well, given the same symptoms. But I think to make it even more personal, I want to make sure that the app is able to upload and receive lab results because that'll make it specific for the person. All right. So priority foods, foods to limit, hydration. Okay. I think this is a really good start, and I can add some more refinement, which would be really great, and publish the app today. My goal is to incorporate this on other YouTube channels that I have where I talk specifically about health and healing, and also offering it to my audience. If you guys are interested in learning how you can build something like this for yourself, feel free to comment down below, reach out to me, let me know, because it's so simple. It's a lot more simpler than we think it is, and a lot simpler than other people make it out to be. So I want everyone to be able to go from idea to tangible product within the same day. So if you have an idea and you're unsure of how to bring it into the physical, feel free to comment down below, reach out to me, let me know, and we can get that done. But let's continue to walk through this app and see what it's come up with. So here is my daily schedule. Every day I want to wake up and I want to have my vitamin 3 D3 with breakfast, my B complex with breakfast, a holy basil tea, and a 20-minute walk. I want to have omega 3 with my lunch and a 5-minute breath work. I want to have magnesium before bed, ashwagandha, chamomile tea, and a 10-minute stretch. I think based on the goals that this person has, having ashwagandha at night would actually help them better than having it in the morning, and not necessarily right before bed, but in the evening when they're ready to wind down. And here's a daily check in. So I can log my energy levels, my mood, my digestion, my stress levels based on this protocol. Bloating is not that much. Digestion's pretty good today. My mood is really good today as well. So I'll save this log, and it's been saved. My progress has been recorded. And let's check out the learning tab, the resources library. So there are 24 supplements here. I recently viewed these. So I would want to make this clickable so that people can actually go in and read about supplements, herbs, food, and rituals. So I want to make this functional. And then profile. So days logged, consistency protocols, my protocol, view saved healing plans, reminders, settings, etc. So I'll want to make sure that all of these are functioning and clickable. And I would want to make sure that the lab results include more than just these biometrics. So let's go back one. All right. And then I want to also make sure that we have the ability to sign in and make sure that people are able to view their progress within their profile whenever they like. So building, let's see what this looks like. Okay, it looks like it takes us to the same page of biometrics. All right. Goals, protocol, log. Okay. Perfect. I think this is a really great V1. I'm going to go in and make some more changes and hopefully share the final project with you all in the description down below. If you're interested in learning how you can create something like this, like I said, reach out to me and we'll get it done.